All right, so this is the recipe that I want to make out of her book. It's called Dorothy Lee's 5-Minute Family Cake. She said how great that this is a family cake that her family and her daughter loves. So I definitely want to try it because my daughter is definitely a chocoholic. So I want to see how this will be. So the first thing says it takes 1 package of Duncan Hines Devil's Food chocolate cake mix. And that's what I have here. So I have that. Also 1 package of instant chocolate pudding mix. So we're gonna open that. Let's get that in. All right, so next I'm going to mix and incorporate the mix and the pudding mix together. Just to kind of incorporate it a bit. So I'm going to add in 3/4 oil. This is vegetable oil I'm adding in. Then I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of warm water. So we're going to get our water warmed up a bit. I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of warm water, and I'm also going to add 4 eggs beaten with a fork. So let's get that. So these are our 4 eggs beaten a bit with the fork. All right, let's add that in. Okay. Now we want a 1/2 cup of warm water. Just a half. All right, so that's a 1/2 cup of warm water. We're gonna add that in. And I'm just gonna mix it up just a bit. And then next, I'm going to add my sour cream and chocolate chips. So I just want to beat this up and mix it up just a bit. Starting to come together. And I'm using my hand mixer instead of my big stand mixer just because I want to make sure everything is getting all incorporated. And that way I have a better blend of it all. All right, so that's all mixed in. Don't want to over mix it. And then I'm just going to move it around a bit. All right, so that is in. Next, I'm going to do my sour cream. It says add a generous 1/2 cup of sour cream. So we're definitely going to add that in to get that all mixed in. And this part, I'm going to fold it in. Let's get all that sour cream out of there. All right, so now we're going to mix in our sour cream. It says to mix in your sour cream by hand. And we've already made sure we mixed it, making sure there's no lumps, and it says scrape all sides of the bowl and add in your sour cream, mix that through, and then we're going to add in our chocolate chips. All right, so that's coming together with the sour cream. Let's get a little bit off of that because that looks like it's about to fall off. All right, and as you're mixing, you can tell that it's all mixing through, and you can feel the consistency getting a bit thicker. All right, okay, let's go ahead and start adding in our chocolate chips. I'm going to add in our chocolate chips. All right, so So I'm adding my chocolate chips. It says 3/4 chocolate chips, or you can add in a little more, a little less. It all depends on how you would like to do it. But me, I'm going to add in 3/4, probably a little bit over, just because I like it nice and chocolatey. Okay. All right, next we're going to go ahead and get our pan ready. Since our mix is ready, I'm just going to let this sit for just a second. Get my pan ready. And we're going to put in the pan, then put in the oven, and bake this baby up. We'll be back. All right, so we have our pan sprayed. So now I'm just going to go around and put the mix inside of the pan, as so. And put it all around. Make sure you're doing even amounts going around the pan. I sprayed my pan with the pan spray. Now I'm just scraping down the bowl, putting it all around. All right, let's get some of this out. Let's get on this side. I'm gonna get over here too. All right, let's see how that looks. Making sure it's even around the pan. Scrape that bowl very well. You wanna get all that mix out. You just wanna have a little bit so we can taste and see what we're working with. All right. All right, that looks great. All right, we got all of our mix out of the pan. Let's shake our pan just a bit. I used the regular non-stick spray, the one with the flour in it, just so it can release nicely, but you can use whatever spray you like. Me, I like this one for baking. And so let that sit for a moment, making sure that's even all around, and we'll be right back. Pop it in the oven. All right, so our pan is ready. Our cake is ready to go right into the oven. It's going to go in the oven. The book says it's going to go in the oven and bake up for 45 minutes, and then check to see if the cake bounces back. When you pat it and insert a toothpick, bake it, if you need to bake it a little longer, 10 to 15 minutes longer. So we're gonna put it in for 45 minutes here, and let's go ahead and put that in. Let's go. In the oven it goes. My oven is preset to 350, right in the middle of the rack, and it's in.